Brothers, this is Dr. Phil Chavez of the Men's Academy. Right now, I'm inside St. Mary Woolnoth Anglican Church at 1 King William Street in London, very close to London Bridge. And I feel very privileged to be here. In 1780, Rev John Newton became rector and held this position for 27 years, nearly till the time of his death. Here, in this church, his story of personal transformation and the slavery abolition movement come together here in England. John Newton was born in 1725, the son of a master mariner. He spent his career first as a slave trader. From 1745 to 1754, he worked on slave ships, serving as captain on 3 voyages. Now, in 1748, during one of these voyages, Newton called upon God for mercy during a violent storm. And upon sparing his ship, he experienced a dramatic conversion. Now, after leaving the seas, he studied theology, yet it still took him some time to grasp the depravity of the slave trade. Now, John Newton wrote the famous hymn, Amazing Grace, during his time as curate in Olney Church in Buckinghamshire, and first introduced this hymn on New Year's Day, January 1773. Amazing Grace is likely the most widely sung hymn in the world. It's the most moving anthem of redemption and hope in Jesus Christ. An anthem not just for Christians, but somehow for the entire world. Now, while here at St. Mary Woolnoth, Newton published his pamphlet, Thoughts Upon an African Slave Trade. He revealed his own past as a slave trader, condemning the trade, and expressed his great regret for his part in it. In 1885 to 1886, the famous English Member of Parliament, William Wilberforce, approached Newton here for his advice in his quest to abolish slavery. Newton became his mentor in the political fight, a fight they eventually won. In Newton's last days, his mobility, his eyesight, and his memory deteriorated greatly. But he was able to recall 2 things: that I am a great sinner and that Christ is a great Savior. John Newton died in December 1807, shortly after the abolition of the Slave Trade Act was passed into law. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now am found, was blind, but now I see. Brothers, God be with you. Thank you for your support of the Men's Academy. Remember to check out our weekly 40-minute podcast released every Thursday on the Men's Academy YouTube channel.